Hello, everyone. This is Chala, CEO and founder of The Repositioning Expert, coming to you live with another Tuesday Tea Time with Chala. It is summer. It is the middle of July. I'm still drinking my hot protein. Let me take a sip. And we are experiencing some wild flooding in Toronto with the summer rains. I don't know why. We actually had a huge power outage, and I didn't think this was going to happen today, but it is happening. So welcome. I also wanted to give you a heads up that I am in conjunction with Dr. Carolina Billings. We are doing my old friend from PWT, Powerful Women Network. We are co-hosting the same training that I've done through the summer and previous to the summer, which was called the Elevator Pitches That Wow Buyers. And if you're interested in catching it and you hadn't caught it on the previous times that I've done it, we're doing it again on the 24th next week, and it's going to be at 1 p.m. Join us and comment on the link to comment in the below comments to get the link for me to sign you up. And we're going to be repeating that. So, and the other news is that I'm going to Palm Springs at the end of the month, and we're going to be actually doing that topic again. It's actually called Never Ask for the Sale. And we're always talking about pitching, how to never ask for the sale through proper pitching. And I'm being sponsored by, again, my good friend, Allison, who is from Capital One. And she and I are going to be taking the stage at the NGLCC, which is the largest LGBTQ, all those letters, event for businesses in I'm going to say North America. I'm going to say the world, but it's pretty big and it's getting bigger. So catch us there. If you're going to be in Palm Springs at the end of the month, we're going to be on the 30th of July. So all of those announcements aside, I wanted to talk to you about the scary B2B summer sales slump, because you know this, statistically, sales go down in the summer. And like it's 2/3 of B2B businesses are saying everything is slowing down. And they're seeing slumps of 20%, which may not be that scary, but 1 in 5 is seeing 40% or more sales go down, which is like almost half of your sales. And it's really scary. So why is that happening? Well, they asked them in the survey, and 95%, of course, identified that the prospect or the customer is going away somewhere on a holiday. And then the other contributor is their own staff. Half identified as their own staff is going away in the summer. And then about less than half thought that generally the summer months are just more, lazier, slower. And given all of that, almost half, 42%, are doing nothing about it. And they're not planning anything for it. They're not doing anything for it. And the few that are proactive and are planning and managing the summer slump, this is what they're doing. 1/3 of them are switching from actually sales to admin and planning. 14% are switching from sales to lead gen. And then 10% are just trying to do more and hit harder with what they're doing. So I'm going to tell you what I've been doing. And this was the same for my business. It would be kind of like a very scary time for me. It would be the death knell, I thought, many years for my business. I've been doing it for 14 years now. And I've learned that when I've switched certain things, that things really changed for me. So here are some of the things that I have changed. And one of the biggest ones was to actually plan selling events. So I never used to attend anything in the summer in terms of any prospect event or networking or meeting or their, chapter meetings or trade shows. And I've actively started to look for and attend them. And that has made a huge difference, not only in the momentum of having to plan for and show up at and perform at these things, such as the 2 events that I just mentioned to you, but also I've started to create events around my slow time. So for example, In June, I had another pitches, elevator pitches that wow corporate buyers, and I did it for minority businesses. And I worked with an ads person to try to get more eyeballs on that free training and was able to close some sales from that. So when I'm actively doing things to actually sell more, actively attending things I normally wouldn't be attending, actively creating selling events during the summer sales slump time that I know is going to be a slump, then I have been able to right the ship and I no longer panic in the summer. So I really, really recommend that you do that. And if you look at all the companies, like the 42% are doing nothing, but of the ones that are doing something, most of them are shifting from selling to other responsibilities or to other tasks. But what I'm saying is don't do that. Instead, do more. And in fact, that's one of the 10% are doing more. And it's one of the ones that I'm recommending is to do more, but specifically to actually plan and create selling events. So that's number one. Number two is use the summer sales slump to get more visible. And I know you're going to say, Chala, there's less places to get visible, but people are still having meetings. People are still doing things. People are still networking. If you can't find places to network where large bodies are self-gathered of your target industry, then you could take this time to actually one-on-one reach out to people who are in your warm networks, to network with them, to remind yourself and to get visible in front of them. If you can't do actual in-person visibility, do more viral and virtual visibility. So post more, create more videos, create more stories, write more, DM more, inbox more, loom more, do all these things to be more visible. I'm telling you that when there's a slump and you move more, you do more, and it's intentional, you're not going to see a slump or as big as a slump. So plan selling events, number one. Number two is get more visible. So marketing online and in person, and networking online and in person. Number three is do at least 50% more of what you used to do to sell and market. Yes, it's going to be more effort. Yes, there's less people out there to hear it, but there's still people. But if you're in more action, it's going to compensate for the lack of the more sturdy audience. Now, you could be of the mind that I can afford the sales slump. I plan for it. It's fine. My cash flow is good. My mindset is fine. I know it's going to come back to me. I just need to take this as a rest, just like everybody else that does. And this is where I'm going to take some time off for myself. That's great too. Just this is not true for those businesses who can't afford to take that time off or don't want to. Okay. So do more, at least 50%. I mean, that's a lot, at least 50% more of what you would normally do in your marketing and sales. Number four is use the downtime and the slowdown that you know all businesses are experiencing to your advantage by reaching out to your existing customers to upsell and cross-sell products and services they don't already buy. So why not use this time to be able to reach out to them, get an appointment in the books with them while nobody else is bothering them. If they're in the office, for whatever time they're in the office, get their ear about telling them about all the things, the wonderful things that you have and that you offer that they don't know about and that they can use. A wonderful opportunity we use with my clients to upsell and cross-sell. Another thing, and here's the last one, is use this downtime and this, slow time in the summer to gather intelligence with respect to sharpening either your niche, your strategy, or your message. So when clients hire me, the first course of business, what we do is to figure out what is the niche in terms of what is the, best target industry to pursue and what is their number one pain point at this point in time in history, in the current set of economy or whatever other factors are going on for them. We go out and we first guess at the three problems that they're having that we think are expensive and persistent, and then we ask them to validate that, and or to come up with one that is even more expensive and pervasive that we haven't been able to guess. And these conversations are groundbreaking because not only does it provide the visibility that we need to people who may or may not be in our immediate networks, but have been introduced to us from our warm networks. So that makes them a prospect that's potentially in pain, but also allows you this, tete-a-tete, heart to heart, to be able to open, your eyes and ears to what their world is and what they're suffering from. And if you come from a source where they trust, in terms of somebody they know, like, and trust has introduced you, or they know you through a past relationship, or they know you through a trusted organization that you both belong to, organization, association, then they're going to be revealing what their industry problems are. You can then use this summer slump to be able to maximize that knowledge into a sharpened messaging. So you'll be using their pain words in your emails. You'll be using their pain words in your marketing collateral. You'll be using it in your DM messages on LinkedIn or on your posts, and so on. So I find that the summer slump doesn't need to be a slump. It really means that you can be in a planned, more heightened action. And it also means that you have the opportunity to use this downtime to be able to go and pursue some of the things that you may not have always had the time for in the past. So instead of doing all the admin stuff and deferring the sales, I want you to actually do sales causing activities, such as this fact finding, that the last bit that I was telling you about, which almost in 100% of the cases where there's a prospect in pain and we're going and talking to them about their pain, there is a match when we offer them, would you like us to come back and talk to you more about how to solve this problem, in case one day you need to have a solution that you don't currently have. And it works like a charm all the time. So you can put away your scary B2B summer blues and you can get into action. It's not too late. July 16th. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm doing so many more activities in just the next 15 days. I'm doing 2 trainings in the 15 days that I've intentionally created, because I know that this is going to be a slow time. And then I'm intentionally creating more stuff in August. And I've intentionally hired, vendors and people to help me create more content and to get me more visibility during that time in the summer. Because I'm not the kind of person that wants to just go on vacation when there's a slump. It scares me to do that, but not when I know what to expect and what to plan. So the sun is coming out. It's like, after all this rain is coming out, and it's like bright, 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 because you know that my desk is right in front of the window now. So I will say goodbye and thank you, and hope to see you on the next training, and for sure on the next Tuesday Tea Time with Chala. Have a good one, everyone.